Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy MG9 and I'm back here again with another video, and today we have the UFC 259 predictions. So before we get into today's video, make sure you guys hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the post notification bell so that way you don't miss any videos. And without a further ado, let's get right into today's topic. So we got 3 championship fights on the card, and I will be doing my predictions for those 3 fights. And let's start off with the first title fight that will be on this card, and that is Aljamain Sterling versus Petr Yan. This will be a very, very good fight. This fight is between 2 young 135-pound guys in their prime, and this is no perfect time to do this fight. Now, Petr Yan is coming off of a win versus Jose Aldo that won him the title, and Aljamain Sterling is coming off of a win versus Corey Sandhagen. Both of these guys are coming off of the biggest win of their careers, and they're ready to fight and clash at 135. And this is a tough fight to pick because you have a sense that Aljo's going to go after wrestling and Petr Yan's going to try to, beat him with his boxing skills, his Russian boxing skills. It's a kind of like a stereotypical boxer versus wrestler when you look at this fight. This is a hard fight to pick, man. Both of these guys are young and talented, but I'm going to go with Petr Yan for this fight. I think Petr Yan is going to win this fight 3-2 by a split decision, actually. I think it's going to be a really good fight. I think this is going to be a fight that's going to be, a really good fight inside the clinch. This might be a clinch war. You could have, Aljamain Sterling use his boxing a little bit as well, more than his wrestling. I think that Petr Yan stuffs the takedowns and then Aljamain moves to boxing, and both of these guys just go at it. But I do have Petr Yan edging him out in the boxing department. I think this is going to be a stand-up fight, and Petr Yan wins this fight. Next, we got Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson. Now, Amanda Nunes is one of the greatest women fighters, if not the greatest woman fighter of all time in UFC history, going up against Megan Anderson, and I got Amanda Nunes winning, man. Until Amanda Nunes proves to me that somebody can beat her, let alone can somebody at least win 1 round against her, I'm not going to pick against her. She's the greatest woman fighter of all time. She's the double champ in the women's division, and this is just her fight that she will win. Now, I do get that Megan Anderson has the length, has the height advantage, but I don't think that will matter. When you go up against the greatest woman fighter, no matter how tall or small someone is, they will find a way to win, because that's what true champions do. And Amanda Nunes is very much a true champion. And now we got the main event of the evening. You got Israel Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz. You got the Polish Power versus the Last Stylebender. This fight is one of the biggest fights the UFC can make this year. You got the 185 middleweight champion versus the 205 champion. Israel Adesanya moving up to a new weight class. You got Jan Blachowicz with his very impressive win versus Dominic Reyes. Jan Blachowicz, man, in his last 9 fights is 8-1 after starting off 1-4 in his UFC career. So Jan Blachowicz has turned his career around and turned himself into a champion. And Israel Adesanya, the undefeated 20-0 fighter, he has wins over Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costa, Yoel Romero, Kelvin Gastelum. He has wins over some great guys. And Adesanya has fought a big guy before. He's fought Yoel Romero, who was a bigger guy than him. He fought Paulo Costa, who was significantly bigger than him. So he's fought these big buff, 205-pound type fighters before at 185. So this actually should not be that much of a change for Israel Adesanya, knowing the fact that he came off of a fight versus Paulo Costa, and Paulo Costa is basically a 205-pounder. So when I look at this fight, both guys, they have advantages in certain departments. I do think the black belt jiu-jitsu that is in Jan Blachowicz, I think he will try to use that a little bit, but I also do think Adesanya has been working on his jiu-jitsu game and his ground game. So this is going to be an interesting fight, man. Like I said, you got Jan Blachowicz, who just came off of a win versus Dominic Reyes. Israel Adesanya coming off of a win versus Paulo the Eraser Costa. So when you look at these 2 fighters, both of them have a lot of, well, Israel Adesanya has a lot of achievements. Jan Blachowicz wants to keep his title and build his achievements. And man, I'm going to go with Israel Adesanya to become the 5th double champ in UFC history. Now look, Jan Blachowicz definitely can win this fight. He definitely has the chance to knock Israel Adesanya out. But I do think when you look at this Adesanya's first 2 fights in the UFC against, I believe his second fight in the UFC was against Derek Brunson. He stuffed the takedowns of Derek Brunson and Robert Wilkinson in his first ever UFC fight. So Adesanya has proven early in his career that he is able to stuff the takedowns. And I believe he will stop the takedowns of Jan Blachowicz. And I think he'll get out of those takedowns, take the fight to the feet, and once he reads Jan Blachowicz, he's gonna start picking them apart. And I'm gonna say Israel Adesanya wins by 5th round TKO. I think that Israel Adesanya is gonna piece him apart for the first 4 rounds, and then Adesanya just gasses him out, and Jan Blachowicz just gets hit with a punch and just goes down and gets knocked out. I think that it could go either way, though. It could go different. Maybe Adesanya doesn't stuff his takedowns, and Blachowicz uses his size and just wrestles him, and just, try to, stay on top so that way Adesanya can't get up. This fight could go either way. Or Blachowicz, if Adesanya misses, Blachowicz can, use his counter-striking and use the Polish power to knock Adesanya out. This fight could go either way, but I do have Adesanya winning this fight. So y'all let me know who y'all have winning this fight down below in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hit the post notification bell. We almost at 200 subscribers, so tell all your friends about the channel. It's your boy Nunes, and until next time, I am out. Peace.